We're back. We're back. We're good. Oh, perfect.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'll be doing the opening prayer. Everyone, bow your heads and close your eyes. Dear Lord, I pray that you help this graduation to go smoothly. Pray that you help us to move on with our lives and close your eyes. Dear Lord, I pray that you help us to move on to high school easily. I pray that you help us to be able to keep still during this graduation. Help us to not be nervous, and help us to be filled with joy and happiness as we receive our diplomas. Dear Lord, I also pray that you help us to be able to go home and rest easy and just move on with life as usual. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Shall we live, right?
Welcome. The Superintendent of Schools for the Grading Year Conference, Mrs. Romeo, the School Board Chairperson, Mr. Dissent, and Mr. Patrick Bulgui, members of the Board, Principal Imbert, faculty and staff, parents and friends, fellow students. From various backgrounds we came, but for sure our purpose the same. A very unique academic experience we shared, with virtual learning and COVID so feared. But we made it with help from one above. And today we share our achievements with the people we love. So today we invite you to celebrate with us, for being reminded of God's favor is a must. The class of 2021 welcomes you to our graduation exercises. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please be seated. Is that me? Yes, that's you. I was trying.
Zoom it out first.
Good afternoon, parents, friends, special guests, board chair, superintendent of school, B-Week members. I want to say at the same time, thank you, Sister Edison, for allowing us to use the garden again. I just like to say the garden, to use Victory Church. We have a whole group of members from Victory Church who came from 8 o'clock, help us to get started. I don't want to call all the names. I want to say thank you. Thank you. COVID has brought us and make us closer a different way. We want to give thanks to God for his protection over the years. We only lost one parent. It was obviously unfortunate, but overall, I want to say, hitherto, had the Lord bless us. The Lord protect us and guide us, including myself. I had COVID, my wife, and some teachers too, and students and parents. But thanks God for his protection. I say that the Lord give me another chance, not a second chance. I don't know how many chances I had, but the Lord gave me another chance. So to God be the glory. We give thanks to God for all this. Today, I feel happy. I also want to recognize the alumni. I make a note of that because there are so many things I have to say, sometimes I forget. Alumni, those who are here, can you please raise your hand so we can acknowledge you and see you? I know, of course, we have one here because we want the alumni to be involved. And most likely, Pastor Jamel was supposed to be here, so you can give Pastor Jamel your email address. We are thinking of the 30th school anniversary to have a special program. But also, I have a note here, June 12th. Home and School have a special program. I want you to make a note of that. An email was sent. So please get involved. I know sometimes some of you say, oh, he's always asking for money. But guess what? The opposite side is that tuition has not been raised probably for 30 years. So it goes together. So by raising fund to help and support the school, so that's why tuition more or less remain the same, and we continue on that. But today, let me just share that with you. As you have your team, as one chapter ends, another chapter begins. Really, pay attention at this moment. Philip Brooks said, "The great purpose of life is the shaping of character by truth." And of course, indeed, we have been doing that. Joseph and Daniel had strong determination, conviction for God, which was based on true education, which developed their character. At an early age, they have received values, ideas, principles, conviction, dreams that shape their passions in life to become great heroes for God. These principles, beliefs, and ideas are likely some of your personal values. You can then use your personal values to help you determine your priorities in life and how these priorities can shape your passions in your career, your schooling, your relationship with God, and set you up for life. Jesus in Matthew 5:14-16 encourages us to be the light of the world. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand, and gives light to all in the house. In the same way, as this chapter ends, another begins. Let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. You are encouraged to have a growth mindset. What did I say? A growth mindset. When you approach a task or your passion with an open mind, with positive views, you will succeed. You will reach your highest potential in life. You may not be good at math or social studies now, but if you work hard, you will be really good in the future. The key things is to keep striving. Keep striving. Thomas Edison said, "If I find 10,000 ways something won't work, I have not failed. I am not discouraged, because every wrong attempt discarded is another step forward. Every mistake made, it's another step forward. It is how hard you work and the opportunities you are gifted which determine your flame of excellence. A talent is defined as a gift or an aptitude or the skill that someone has to do something very well that people usually like and that is difficult. As the number of hours devoted to hard work and practice increases the relevance of your skills over time, and with the right kind of practice, your body, your mindset, your attitude, your brain will change for the better and help to develop you to your maximum potential. Maria Robinson once said, "Nobody can go back and start a new beginning, but anyone can start today a new ending." And I want you to keep this in mind. There are quite a few things I'm telling you specifically. Every one of you can start today a new and make a new ending. Nobody can go back and start a new beginning, but anyone can start today and make a new ending. Matthew 7:7 remind us that it says, "Ask and it shall be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it shall be open to you." I used to think many times that 2/3 is active and 1/3 somehow passive and faith. But over the years, I have changed my mind. What I realize is that when you say asking, are you talking about asking only in emergency? Once a year, once a month, once a week, once every day? Then somebody may have a debate whether asking is active or asking is passive. It depends what you do every day as you ask. If you ask only in emergency, then you might decide, well, it's just passive and sitting there. But if you consistently are asking or ask, obviously that would change into an active act. Do God only answer you in case of emergency? Do you ask your parents only in case of emergency or many times? Or your teachers in class? Do you get involved? Asking, praying is very, very important. It recognizes that God is an active God and love to interact in your life, whether small things or big things. Consistently active, demanding, ask God, become, of course, an active act in your life. Our God is more powerful than any problems we might face in life. Therefore, ask consistently. And by doing that, then you'll recognize that asking consistently become all three parts: asking, seeking, and knocking. God asks us 3/3 to be active. Seeking. God's look around you. Seeking all the time. Look around you. Search for opportunity to solve a problem. Be engaged in your learning. This is one of the things that we put in the 10 pledge for success. To be involved, to be engaged. I don't know what happened with some of you. You have lost your desire to aspire. If you are in an island, you don't have nothing to eat, and there's a coconut tree, I wonder what you're going to do. Are you going to try to climb it, or you stay here and die? Come what happened. Be engaged. Look for your food. Because some of you eat 5-6 meals a day. You sit around the table, it's been brought to you, you finish eating, you walk away and leave the plate on the table. And that's become the problem. It becomes a problem in terms of aspiration, in terms of growth, in terms of moving forward. Looking for ways to go around, under, above, sideways, wherever you can, in order to seek and learn. When you find a coconut tree, as you mentioned, if I give you a coconut tree, a coconut, some of you will take it and throw it away. Some of you will find ways to hit it and strike it and to drink the water. Some of you, I pass by here, I see some coconut. Some of you will drink the water and throw away the shell. Some of you would not only drink the water, but will knock it down and enjoy the gel inside. The gel inside that the cream that you would say. And too many of you are not knocking enough, striking enough to go deeper than what you can do. And that's where the problem is. Remove the part of the shell, drink the water, but keep knocking. Break it down. Enjoy the gel inside the coconut. Which brings down to knocking. Knock, 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 but knock what? Not to open doors of opportunity before you. Knock and work hard. By the way, you know it has happened before, and I was thinking of calling names. I said, no, I have too many names to call. Those of you who are valedictorian today and salutatorian, most of the time I challenge you, you will be valedictorian and salutatorian in high school. Not only that, it has happened many times. This fellow here was valedictorian, and you're going to hear him. Not only him, Kayla Sheridan, I don't want to go through the list. So many others. Whenever they are valedictorian at Oakview, they continue in high school, and above more, I'm going to give you a recipe for success. Work hard, very hard, because you have the base, you have the full foundation. 4 years of high school is going to pay your 4 years of college. 4 over 4. What do I mean by that? So many of them this year, I received a text, Mr. Amber, I received $50,000 for college. Mr. Amber, I received $60,000 for college. You are going to start your life positive 60, instead of on college, you have an $80,000 student loan. Okay. Listen carefully to what I'm saying. There are many who graduated, whether an office 10 or greater, including Charissa Hislop, have $80,000 for college paid off because they worked 4 hard years of high school. And because you are the top in high school, then you receive whether $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 college, which puts you and your parents on the positive side. Think about it. Knock, 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 knock the doors. Work hard for this scholarship that pay your college. Strive to do better. Ask people around you when you don't know what you have to do, and everything will be fine. Everything would be fine. Maria Robinson, present that and tell us that you can start today a new beginning. God has big plans for you. Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you what? Hope and a future. Graduates, God bless you. I know I'm going to tell you more. Some of you are not where you're supposed to be. And we had that conversation before. You are not where you're supposed to be. But I want you to continue working hard. Congratulations, graduates, for your accomplishment thus far. You have climbed the first step of a long ladder. You will need to keep your head high at all times. Now you have a brand name. You will be graduate from Oakview. It's like Nike or higher, right? And that's why I don't want you to wear these things in school. That's $500, $600. I want you pay the tuition now, right? Later on, now even Mr. Club tell me there's 2 different shoes, one blue, one black. I don't really have problem with them because I'm colorblind. I really don't know which one to take. $500, $600 for one pair of sneakers. But later on, you will enjoy these things. Keep working hard. The discipline you have received at Oakview should never be forgotten. Your accomplishment were made possible because you have fulfilled your task. And we have had founding members, board members, people who support you, your parents who do great things for you. May God richly bless you throughout your life. May you continue to be faithful until the end. And 10 years from now, 11 years from now, this fellow graduated, what, 2008? 2011. 10 years ago. So now you'll come back to encourage others. You'll come back to give back what we have raised, what we have done for you. When some of us retire or some of us are in nursing home, you'll come back to give back. As medical students, doctors, nurses, and so on and so forth, shining in this society. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Good afternoon, faculty and staff, members of the board, teachers, parents, and students. We are gathered here today to celebrate a joyous occasion, the transition from middle school to high school. This ceremony was done many years before, but I believe this year is a special one. Not only are we at the end of our year, our time at Oakview, but we are reaching the light at the end of the tunnel of a disastrous and devastating disease that has swept the world. Seeing that we are all able to participate in this graduation, this goes to show you that the ending is near and new beginnings are new. Life is all about endings and beginnings. We always cherish the beginnings because it creates a fresh outlook on life, but we rarely appreciate the endings. It has a significant importance. A birthday has to end so we can celebrate another one next year and the year after that. We learn things in school for a reason, and if we stayed on vacation all year round, we wouldn't learn the things we learned in school. Just like Ecclesiastes, verse 3 verse 1 says, "There is a time and place for everything, and a season for every activity under heaven." The cycle of life never ends, but the living things in that cycle do have a beginning and an end. We won't last forever, and that nothing will change that. Nevertheless, what we do in our lifetime matters. The decisions we make now and in the future can determine our finale. So I have two questions for you graduates. What will you be remembered for? What mark will you leave in this world? No matter the path we decide to take, it's imperative that you are confident in your decisions. You don't know when time will run out. So, before I end my speech, I would like to thank God for everything that He has done for me and the people He placed in my life. I would also like to thank God for my parents who have sacrificed, and my teachers, those that are here now and those that I've left over the years. Without any of you, I will not be standing here. Your love and support inspired me to be the best I can be. And to my peers, you irritate me sometimes. Sometimes I don't, you annoy me at times, but despite that, I've grown to appreciate all of you and the memories we share. Thank you for all the memories we created and the joy that I've experienced with you. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Zethar Guelius from grade 8. I will be playing a song called Amazing Grace. I'm sure many of you know it. And yeah, here it is, sorry.
For many, many people around the world today, today is simply another day. Another day when you wake up, get dressed, go to work, return home, and get ready to do it all again tomorrow. But for everyone hearing my voice today, especially this graduating class, today is a day of transition. Today marks the day that me and my classmates will never again attend a formal class in Oakview. We will go on to different high schools, we will major in different things, we will go to different colleges and eventually different professions. But just like nothing can change the past, nothing can change the fact that we are all part of the class of 2021. I have learned many valuable things in Oakview. My homeroom teacher once told me that there are many different kinds of curricula. The written curriculum, the taught curriculum, the learned curriculum, and the hidden curriculum. The written curriculum is the curriculum that's written in the textbooks. The taught curriculum is the curriculum that's actually taught, because not everything in the textbooks is actually taught. The learned curriculum is what the students actually learn. And the hidden curriculum contains skills such as how to fold a graduation gown or how to pick your hair. This is not found in the textbooks or the standard curriculum at all. I'm going to add one more to that, the street curriculum. This is taught not by our teachers, but by the students during lunch breaks and recess time. Most of my knowledge outside of school life came from there anyway. Though we may not all be friends, we have all known each other for years and are comfortable talking with each other about many, many things. Through this method of simply conversing, we are able to skillfully deliver to each other the street curriculum. With every school year comes its funny moments, such as when Miss Clark was dancing down the aisle in choir practice. In addition, there were also solemn moments, such as when we were being lectured on our behavior and on facts of the real world. Oakview teachers never sugarcoat things, rather give it to us straight. Though this may have been annoying at times, we have grown to realize that this was actually beneficial towards our high school lives. And though the tension may be high during these moments, the students never fail to create a light environment. And by light, I mean we are all telling each other jokes that leave the whole class on the floor, yet leave the substitute teacher questioning their life choices. The point I'm trying to make is this. Oakview is a very unique school, and this class of 2021 is the most unique class. You will never again meet a class like ours. And that is not just a passing thought, but rather a sure promise. We may have always been the best at classwork or the best behaved, but today we leave bursting with potential to change the world with everything we have learned at Oakview. No one can change the past, and no one can change the memories we've made, and no one can change the fact that we are all part of the class of 2021. One more thing. I'd like to thank everyone that helped this graduating class along the way to success. Teachers, parents, faculty, and most importantly, God. May God bless you all, and I hope you enjoy the rest of what my fellow graduates have to offer.
Big up yourself, Maya. Big up yourself.
Good afternoon. Our speaker today, Patrick Bogie, is a soulful violinist and an aspiring medical doctor. He has traveled the country sharing his music and passion with multiple organizations, schools, private events, youth groups, churches, and many other venues nationwide. Currently, Patrick is a medical student at the University of Connecticut School of Medicine. He plans to one day become a physician to not only treat his patients with medicine, but with music as well. While Patrick has a love for both music and medicine, he also has a drive for serving others. Patrick hopes to one day
Come on, Caleb. You got this, Caleb. Just picking it up. Caleb.
by serving and helping others, he reminds everyone he comes in contact with that they have a purpose, and living out that purpose can be used to free and help others. graduates, staff, parents, relatives, I present to you our speaker today, Patrick Bogie.
Oh, wow. What's your name? Is it Kayla? Yeah. Was it Kayla? Kayla, that was excellent. Listen, don't fumble too much like when it comes to figuring out what to say about me. If you had just said whatever, it would have been cool because you did such an incredible job. So let's clap it up for Kayla real quick. Oh man, it is so good. It is so good to be here. I can't tell you how honored I am. My name is Patrick Bogie. I graduated from, it's crazy, Mr. Hislop, about 10 years ago in 2011. So it's about a decade since I've seen Mr. Hislop. And Mr. Hislop is still standing strong. He's still standing tall, still intimidating me. So Mr. Hislop, it's good to see you. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because they told me that this is a school that makes a positive difference. And I just want to keep it very, just want to be very clear with you today. I've experienced that in my life because there are some values that I learned that I can trace right back to Oakview. So I'm super excited. One of those things that Oakview taught me in 3rd grade, it was Mr. Imbeard that brought an orchestra program to my school. And my father that didn't know how to play any instrument said, you're going to learn. And he forced me and my brother to be in there. I wanted to. My brother wasn't as enthusiastic, but he's still playing the flute, Mr. Imbeard. So thank you. But this song that I'm going to play today, it says that I'm not lucky, I'm loved, and it's by Jonathan McReynolds, and I hope that you guys truly enjoy it.
Yeah, I really thought that song was appropriate for the occasion because what I've come to understand, like the statistics might show that people that look like you probably shouldn't be here right now. Is it? Okay, all right, okay. This probably shouldn't be here right now. But by the grace of God, you are here standing, and it's not because you got lucky. No, it's not because you was lucky that you're here, but it's because you were loved by a God whose grace brought you to this point because he thought that you were so incredible and he called you his child that he said, yo, I have nothing to do but to elevate you for my glory. And so 8th grade, I'm super excited. I'm just super excited to be here. We had a running joke, I think it was around 6th grade. Mr. Imbeard renovated the gym floor in the school. And if there's one thing we left knowing at the end of the year is that to renovate the gym floor costs $50,000. And that's because every day, I don't know if he's still saying it. I don't know. All right. Because every day, Mr. Imbeard used to come and let us know, hey, the gym floor costs $50,000. And if we would play at recess, sometimes he would come down and make sure we weren't playing in the wrong shoes because we could damage the gym floor. And he made sure we weren't eating in the gym. He did everything he could. And the reason, of course, in the moment, it's like, Mr. Imbeard, can we calm down? But then I realized what he was doing. It's because he saw the value that was in the gym floor, and he realized that when something is valuable, you have to protect it. And so I'm excited today because we got some parents in the audience, and I want to commend you parents for placing your children in a school like Oakview, because it's at Oakview where you realize that these kids have value and you're investing in them in a way that you don't even understand. Let me tell you something. So I started off at Oakview pre-K, graduated in 8th grade. My parents kept me there the whole way through. Then I did a year at Northeastern Academy. Then my father, who's from Côte d'Ivoire, West Africa, a beautiful country, we moved there when I was about 13 years old after my first year. Spent 3 years in West Africa. The only reason we didn't go to an Adventist school out there, Mr. Imbeard, is because there wasn't an Adventist school in that part of town. But then I came back and I did 4 years at Oakwood University in Huntsville, Alabama. Then graduated in 2019, and currently I'm at University of Connecticut. And just last Friday, I finished my first year of medical school. And I'm so excited. And the reason I'm mentioning that is because I want to let you 8th graders know, like, you can go wherever you want to go from here. Like, I don't, and listen, we are among family, so I just want to say this. And, I want to be very careful saying this, but I feel like I have to say it. I feel like nobody disrespects our own education like our own. And I have an issue with that. I take issue with that because I believe that we can criticize and build up at the same time. I believe that that's what we call it, constructive criticism. I believe that we don't have to tear each other down. So when you see our administration and you see the people that pour into our students and our teachers, do me a huge favor and let's pray for them. And we can tell them, in love what we think, and we can build up our school. But I promise you, what we have here is bigger than what they have out there. And I'm not talking about funds. I'm talking about life. It's bigger what we have here than what they have out there. So again, I'm just super excited. I want to pray real quick right before I get into the meat of this message. So I just pray that you would bow your heads with me as we begin. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this day. God, we take refuge, Lord, and we take confidence in the fact that your grace is sufficient unto us. And we pray that you would bless these graduates in a very special way. God, everything that I would say today means nothing, but I pray that the Holy Spirit would translate everything I'm saying into the minds of everyone in the audience, so that they would be impressed by this message to live to their fullest potential. This we ask in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. It's so good. I just, real quick, I realized I didn't shout out a few people that I saw. Mr. Anderson, so good to see you, sir. Mr. Anderson was my gym teacher. Mr. Imbeard, of course. Mr. Hislop. I'm seeing the people that raised me, Karen and Kurt. Oh, my goodness. Lord have mercy. It's so good to see y'all. And Mrs. White, I saw Miss White. She taught me in 1st grade. And my older brother as well. So thank you guys so much. It's so great to see you all. I want to start this message getting something off my chest. And I hope that he wouldn't mind. I have some beef with Mr. Hislop. Mr. Hislop, please bear with me. Mr. Anderson, don't cut my mic off. I promise you I'm going somewhere with this, okay? But I have some beef with Mr. Hislop, right? See, because when I was in 6th grade, Mr. Hislop gave me my first pink slip. Now let me explain. He's nodding his head. He said, yes, I did. Let me explain. You remember that, right? Let me explain something. Now, I want to clear the air here because I got something I got to settle with Mr. Hislop today, and I want to do it right now. Now, Mr. Hislop, I remember what happened. Mr. Hislop told us all to be quiet. He said, everybody in the class, keep quiet. And I remember my friend Matthew from across the room, Matthew started saying a little something, and now The reason I asked him to be quiet because teachers used to hang recess over us. They said if you talk, there's no recess. That's traumatizing. I don't know why they do that, but that's what they did. And I saw Matthew talking. I said, Matthew, we're gonna lose our recess. Matthew, would you mind being quiet? And you know when you do the right thing all the time, but then the one time you do something wrong, that's when you get caught. You know what I'm saying? You never speed, but the one time you do speed, that's when you get pulled over. Mr. Hislop was writing on the board. He looked mine. He said, Patrick, I'm putting your name on the board for a pink slip. Now I'm devastated because the pink slip you got to bring back home to your parents. It's signed by the teacher. Oh, y'all, I'm getting PTSD. It's signed by the teacher, and they bring it back home to your parents. You know what I'm saying? Do they still give y'all pink slips? Oh, listen, man, I feel your pain. That's what you see what I'm saying? So I got the pink slip, I brought it back home, and usually how the outcome goes is when you get the pink slip, students usually come back the next day really humble, they're really quiet, they're really well behaved. I was the last generation that got beatings, you know what I'm saying? We the last ones. I don't know if I don't know, y'all still get beating? Don't answer that. Some of your parents in the audience, don't answer that right now. But I remember I came back the next day and I handed Mr. Hislop the pink slip. You know, I was a well-behaved, I'm like, Mr. Hislop, why'd you do that? You know, I was telling him to be quiet. Mr. Hislop wasn't hearing it. Remember a few weeks later, I think it was a few months later, towards the end of the school year, you know, we were all just all formed our little support group, and we were just talking about all the pink slips that we got, and Mr. Hislop was in the mix. And I remember telling Mr. Hislop, I said, Mr. Hislop, you know you gave me that pink slip, and I was telling Matthew to be quiet. And Mr. Hislop said something that I'll never forget. He said, Patrick, I didn't give you the pink slip necessarily for what you did. I gave you the pink slip because of the trajectory I saw you going in. He said, you see, it wasn't necessarily the action. I can forgive one action, but Patrick, there were some repeat actions, and I saw the potential in you. I saw what a leader you were. I saw the great things that you had in store for you. And Patrick, I couldn't let you sabotage you. Like, I couldn't let you mess up you. And so I gave you the pink slip. It wasn't about what you did, really. It was about, I was trying to correct the trajectory I saw you going in, because there's such greatness that God has placed inside of you, and I can't allow the devil to mess that up or anyone. And Mr. Hislop, the beef that I want to squash with you is to say thank you, because I'm grateful to have been in a school where teachers saw the potential that was in me and decided to correct that. Because there are some things that, let me tell you something, when the teachers were telling you to wear your uniform and to pay attention in class, it wasn't what you thought it was. They weren't just trying to get on your nerves. Really what it was is that they were trying to correct the trajectory that was inside of you, because they saw where you were going, that it was so great, and they couldn't let anything get in the way of that. So you might not do it now, but I promise you, in a few years, you'll be thanking your teachers for what they did. And I'd like to thank Mr. Hislop for that, because he saw the destiny that God had for me. And so real quick today, I'm not going to be too long, but I want to speak about destiny and the 4 Ds. Every one of these letters, how can I say that? Each point I'm going to give you starts with the letter D. Thank you, Ms. Danberg. Mine. Okay. All right. So first thing I want to do, where's my man that played the violin? Zeph, can you come up here? Come on, I need you for an illustration, Zeph. I need you for an illustration. Y'all clap it up for Zeph. Why everybody so quiet? Yeah, it's graduation time, so I come bearing gifts. Zeph played the violin, and it really warmed my heart because, as I said, I started the violin at Oakview, and I've been playing all over the country, all over the world now, so thank you. But Zeph, you get first dibs. I got 2 gifts here. You get to choose whatever gift you want. I mean, it's up to you, for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would. Right now? Yeah, right now. You choose whatever gift you want, bro. It's up to you. You want the bag? Okay, here you go. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Oh, you're so welcome, Zeph. You can go. Thank you so much. Thank you. Zeph, come back here. What you doing? Come back here. Come back here. Come back here. Zeph, why did you choose the blue bag?
It looked more appealing.
It looked more appealing. Zeph, do me a huge favor. I want you to open this bag and tell me what's inside of it. He said it looked more appealing. It looked really nice on the outside. So I want Zeph to check it out. Zeph, what you see in that bag? Open it up.
There's a penny.
Lift it up. Show everybody. Zeph got a penny. Everybody clap it up and say he got a penny. Now let me explain something. Zeph, you overlooked this bag. I probably didn't wrap it as nicely. That's crazy, Zeph. That's crazy. Zeph, oh my goodness. There's an envelope in here, Zeph. Zeph, if you had chosen this bag, you would have got yourself $100. But now, I mean, there's some things you can buy with a penny if you keep saving them up for the next few hundred years. But I'm just letting you know, you could have got $100. But because Zeph chose not to look, okay. But because Zeph chose not to look deeper into what was on the inside, and he got fooled by how something was wrapped, he ended up getting something that wasn't worth much. And he ended up getting something that couldn't offer him much. But if he had chose something that probably wasn't as attractively wrapped, he would have ended up with something that was worth so much more. Now, Zeph, why am I explaining this to you, man? Because you're about to head out to high school, and I'm letting you know that the world is going to wrap some things real nice that have nothing to offer you. They're going to wrap some things bro, I'm telling you, the world got Cardi B and all this crazy stuff, and we got prayer and fasting. And you're looking at prayer and fasting like, man, that just don't look as cool. But what I'm trying to let you know is that inside prayer and fasting is something worth more than you can imagine, right? There's some things, all this stuff that's flashy, it doesn't have much to offer you. But if you would take time to look at the things that, the values that Oak View has given you, you'll be able to find some things that are greater. Did you get that quick? So the first D that I have for you guys is that I need you guys to look deeper. Can you repeat that back to me? Look. Look. Zeph, congratulations on your graduation, man. Now, y'all don't go hassling Zeph, okay? Now, you know what I'm saying? Let the man enjoy his graduation gift. Look, homegirl got her hand stuck out already. Y'all take it easy, all right? So the first point was I want you to look what? All right, the second thing. Oh, 1 second. Before I get to that, Zeph, can I get that 100 back? You said no, I can't get it back? So, Zeph, what you're saying is that the choice that I just made, I have to live with it. Okay, all right, so that brings me to the second D. Thank you, Zeph, you helped me out. The second D is decisions. I need you to make some extremely careful decisions. Now, let me explain something to you. So, I remember picking on Mr. Hislop again, but there was another teacher that started this because they like taking away our recess. I don't understand. So what they used to do is that every time we had a switch of class, they used to come in the classroom, Mr. Inbred, and they used to write RECESS on the board. And my class was just that class. We needed some, we were special. We needed some extra attention. So what the teachers used to do, for every time we messed up, every time we spoke, we did something wrong, they would cross out a letter. And by the time they got to S, that means we lost our recess. What Mr. Hislop used to do with Mr. Agar, they were the two do-over this day. They used to come in, they weren't taking no mess. They said RECES, cross out all of them, and we're on our last S. One mess up, and recess is gone. And I can't tell you how many times my class just couldn't stay quiet. And we would lose recess. But you know what that taught me? 8th grade, that taught me that you are one decision away from losing some privileges that are rightfully yours. But you are just one decision away. Now let me explain something. My father's West African, so he raised us really conservative. There's some things he didn't tell me that I was shocked to find out on my own. I'll let you figure out what that was. But I'm letting you know that I'm here because I need to keep it very real with you today, because I believe that you're older than a lot of your parents probably assume that you guys are. And I want to be very honest with you. I know a lot of my friends, some of them which got pregnant in high school. I just want to keep it real. I know a lot of them that got addicted to drugs in high school. There were some of them that had their first run-ins with the police and got into some jail and judicial trouble, and it didn't happen in college or after college. It happened in high school. And so what I'm letting you know is that you have to be very careful about the decisions that you make while you're in high school. And another thing that it taught me is that anybody in the class that said something or messed up, they could have got that last S taken off for all of us. You want to know why? Because the people around you are that important. Because the decisions that they make and who you choose to hang out with, they are that important that they can take you down the wrong direction, and you will bear the consequences of their actions even though you weren't even directly involved. So I need you guys to be very careful, not only to look deeper and get the $100 like Zeph did, but I need you to be careful with the decisions that you are making. Is that all right? Is that all right? I like this. I like that. That's for me. That's for me. The second thing I'm gonna need you to do, the third thing, we talked about looking deeper. We talked about making wise decisions. The third thing I need you to do is I need you to have some dedication. Now let me explain something to you. Last week was a very hard week for me because the greatest of all time basketball player to ever touch a basketball, LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He injured his ankle and AD wasn't there, and some stuff had happened, and look at everybody. I don't know why. I thought we was a Mon family, and he didn't make it. He made it to the playoffs. Let's say that. I'm proud of him. Okay. But I can remember, not in the too distant past, there was a finals where he played against the Golden State Warriors in 2016. And I remember seeing them go 2-1. I remember them seeing go 3-1, and I'm like, man, I don't know how LeBron and the Cavs are going to pull out of this one. But I remember, we talking about dedication, y'all. I remember in that moment, LeBron had a post-game interview, and he said, hey, listen, I don't know what we're going to do, to overcome this deficit against Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and all these shooters. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take it one day at a time, because I am dedicated to this championship and I am dedicated to this team. And so no matter what the deficit is, I have to do what I can to make sure that we come out with a win. And he was dedicated night after night, and all of a sudden 41 points in game 5. They win game 5. It's 3-2 now. 41 points in game 6. They win game 6. Now it's game 7 back in Golden State. The crowd is roaring. LeBron, they're the underdogs in the series. Everybody's like, the series is over. Steph is going to shoot the lights out. He's not going to make it. And just like that, y'all know, if y'all go search The Block in YouTube right now, I'm not playing. If you just search The Block, LeBron comes up as the second result, because it was so searched about this man LeBron that gave the block, probably one of the most important blocks in his career, followed by one of the most important threes by that man Kyrie Irving. He shot the 3, and then just like that, the Cleveland Cavaliers overcame a 3-1 deficit in the 2016 NBA Finals. Now, why am I saying this to you? Because I believe that all of you have potential. Thank you. I believe that all of you have potential to win, but you have to stay dedicated no matter what it looks like and no matter how down you feel you are. You have to stay dedicated even when the chips are like, they look against you and it looks like the cards aren't in your favor. You have to stay dedicated. I hear it all the time. People always say, hey man, why Bill Gates, Bill Gates, he's not a Christian. We're the Bill Gates of the church. And I like to reckon to you that the Bill Gates are right here in this in the 8th grade class. As a matter of fact, there's some Bill Gates. They sit in our churches week after week, but the issue is they had no dedication. They had no discipline. They thought they could pray their way to success, but they didn't understand that faith without works is dead. So what I have to tell the 8th graders, whatever goal you have in mind, I need you guys to stay dedicated, right? So we almost done. 8th graders, I said the point 1 is that you have to look what? You have to look deeper. Very good. The second point is that you have to make wise what? Right. The third point is that you have to have what? Here's the last point. I need you to connect with your dad. Now let me explain something. I'm not talking about your biological dad. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about your heavenly Father in heaven. Let me explain something to you. All right, we all good? Okay. Let me explain something to you. So it wasn't in high school that I really understood who God was to me. My first year of high school, when things started to change and you're at that awkward point between you're kind of a teen and kind of going into manhood, it's real weird. And I finally understood what God meant to me. And the reason I'm bringing this point up is because as Christians, we have like a cheat code. We have a cheat code because we're associated with a God that knows what's going to happen before it happens. He's in the present with us, and he also knows our past and loves us anyway. And no matter where we go, we serve a God that still wants to be our friend, but still sits high. Like, it's the most amazing thing. He's omnipresent in that he's in heaven, but he's with us everywhere we go. And if we would do ourselves a huge disservice to be in a position where we're in a school like Oakview, to be in a position where we go to church week after week and we don't connect with the one that gave us life. And I'm trying to tell you that even though I'm young, there's some stuff that I've been through. And if you talk to your parents and your aunts and people that are around you, they can tell you some stuff that they've been through that had it not been for the grace of God that was on their side, they would not have made it. And I'm telling you that a lot of times the church tries to make it really deep, like it's inaccessible to you. But if all you can do is tap in, if all you can do is just start praying and just being real with God, and just take your time in the morning and just talk to God like you would a friend. You don't have to be all holy, ancient of thou, King James. God doesn't ask us to speak King James Version. He asks you to speak Patrick. He asks you to speak Kayla. He asks you to speak whoever you are, because he wants to connect with you that bad, because he wants you to be his friend. And it's the craziest thing to have an omnipotent being that just wants to be your friend. So the last thing that I'm gonna need you guys to do is to connect with God. So Oakview, 8th grade, listen, when I walked in here, I was real excited because it's been 10 years since I've been back at Oakview, and I've seen what God has done in my life. And I am 100% sure that he's gonna do incredible things in your life as well. But the first thing that I'm gonna need you to do is to what? Is to look. Come on, y'all, it's to look. All right, then I'm gonna need you to make some wise. All right, good. And then I'm gonna need you, like LeBron, to have. Somebody don't want to say that because I said LeBron. And the last thing, I need you to connect with connect with your dad, your heavenly Father. 8th grade, it's such a pleasure to be here. That's my time. Thank you so much, Mr. Inbred and class, and may God bless all of you.
This was a beautiful message. With that in mind, I'm going to ask the graduating class to stand as we pray together. Graduating class, please stand at this time. Heavenly Father, we give you thanks for this special day. Parents, family members, friends are rejoicing because of these students. The students are rejoicing because you have brought them to this milestone. We know, Lord, that it was very difficult for them, especially when they got close to the finishing line because of this pandemic. But we can say that you are a faithful God. You have brought them through. We give you thanks for this school, Oakview, the knowledge and the principles that they imparted to them. They have been prepared not only for now, but also for eternity. Let it be that these students will not forget the principles that were imparted to them. May they not forget where they are coming from. May they continue to be faithful. As they move on to high school, Lord, pronounce a special blessing on each of them. Consecrate them. May they never forget you. May they have you as the center of their lives. Let it be that it will be this generation that will dispel darkness. Let it be that it will be this generation of students who will stand up for righteousness, stand up for justice, stand up for you. And as we have just heard, let it be that it will be this generation that will look deeper. This generation will make wiser decisions. Let it be that this generation will stay dedicated and, most importantly, remain connected to their dad, who is God. We thank you for them. We thank you for the teachers, for their faithfulness. We thank you for the parents. You have been there for them. It was also difficult, but you have provided so that they were able to put food on the table. They were able to take care of the finances. We thank you, Lord, for your faithfulness to the parents and the teachers. And again, I pray that you will pronounce a special blessing on these students. And when you shall come, may they hear well done from your lips. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Mr. Patrick Bogey, the class of 2021 has listened to your advice, and we have determined that we allow God to be a guide and helping us shape and guide our plans as we begin this new chapter in our lives. We thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be with us on our special and unique day. We make this presentation to you as a token of our appreciation. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. And I guess this is the moment that we've been waiting for, or one of the moments that we've been waiting for. I just want to really thank Patrick again for doing an excellent job. He was supposed to be our speaker last year, and then we had COVID, and I had two speakers, so I split them between last year and this year. And I could not have asked for a better speaker this year. 10-year anniversary. Great job. Great job. Okay, so at this time it's my responsibility to present the class. You may stand. Mr. Imbe, I present to you the class of 2021, and I confirm that they have completed the course of study as outlined by the North American Division of Seventh-day Adventists and the New York State Education Department, and they're now eligible for graduation.
Thank you, Mr. Islam. Graduates, just before I recognize you, I want to do something that I always do. I want to recognize your parents first. Please sit down 1 minute. The reason I do that is because I want you also to understand in life, you have to learn to put your parents first. I know it's your day, because your parents, all parents, grandparents, friends, visitors, special guests, please stand. I want to recognize you. Please stand. Parents, grandparents, friends of the family, please stand. Put your hand together for these parents, grandparents. Thank you, thank you. Just stand 1 minute, just 1 minute. Dear parents, grandparents, we want to thank you for your support, for relying on us to teach your child, our children, to mold them, fashion them for this life and eternity. This is the right thing we are doing. You have heard Patrick and many others, Patrick's testimony. You have worked very hard and make a lot of sacrifice for your child or your children. Some of you two work, two jobs. So this is why we want to commend you at this moment and say thank you for all your support for what you have done. May God continue to bless you with good health and strength as you continue to take good care of your child over the years. This is why also we are pushing them to do the best so you can save $80,000 college. So thank you. Please be seated. Please be seated. Continue to applaud. Thank you very much, parents. Thank you. I know we are hard with you at times for the tuition, but you know that the business also have to move on. Teachers, please stand too. Teachers, all you teachers, please stand where you are in the back. I also want to recognize you teachers. Some may have left because they were there before. Dear teachers, staff members, board members, you're also there too. We want to thank you for your dedication. Be Week, our founding members, for your commitment. I asked Sister Addison to come here specifically because I wanted Sister Addison to hear Patrick. And Patrick told me that whenever I have a French family in the school, I try to continue to practice with them because I do not have too many. So it was very fun for me all the time to speak to his dad in French. And now he says he's fully bilingual. Thank you, teachers, for your work. I will give you an award. Pastor Case, you have done a tremendous job this year. This is the year we ever have more preaching in the school than ever before. 2 sermons every Friday for at least 35 Fridays. In fact, Pastor Case preached more at Oakview than he preached at Grand Concourse this year. Thank you, teachers. Your gift would be coming after you finish your work. I have a token of appreciation for you later. And put your hand together for the teachers. Put your hand together. I know they work hard. And teachers, you have seen the work that you have done over the years. It makes me feel so happy when you said yes. I know I demand a lot, but I don't have a choice. Actually, it's to keep my job. In order to keep my job, I have to demand a lot. Isn't that something?
I can see that.
That's the way it goes. If I don't demand a lot and require excellence, then they are going to show me the door. Thanks God, so far I have 21 years at Oakview. I think probably I may have 2-3 more years to go. So that's what my job demands of me, to demand a lot. Graduate, at this moment, please stand. Put your hand together for them. This is your time. Exactly what I did, I want you to do the same, because sometimes I have seen too many times in life where students forget about their parents. They forget where they come from. Notice this time your parents invest all in you. 20 years from now, you will have to invest back to your parents. Are you with me? my aunt who raised me up after the death of my mother, and I said that 1918 pandemic, she went through it, she told me about it. When this film's come 2018, I remembered what she told me, and she died 2018, 100 years old, because of what she have done. So you have to do the same. And I always tell you, you have to make sure 20 years from now, you keep $1,000 check that you will be able to give back to your parents every month. Just as they invest $230,000 according to the statistics in you by the time you finish college. Please move your tassel to the left side. Good job, good job. Dear graduates, by the authority vested in me by the New York State Board of Education and the Board of Regents of the General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, I now pronounce you graduate of the class of 2021. Congratulations. May the Lord continue to bless you all the days of your life. Now I have some announcements for you. If you have a D or an F, you are promoted pending summer school, then I'll give you this certificate, this diploma. All right? Some of you, you have received notification 3. You know who we are, who you are. We sent it on Jupiter. Thanks God for that. It's in the internet. Parents, go and check. You have received, if you have received a D and an F, you need to report to school for summer school when? June 21st to complete the requirement. You need to report to school June 21st to complete the requirement, because you have to, we are doing the right thing. And if you are going to the class trip, remember, you are not going to misbehave. Mr. Estop will tell you, you know the date that you are going to receive the class, go to the class trip, one day I think, and everything will be fine. May God continue to bless you. Those of you who need recommendation, please bring it Monday or Tuesday. Do not let Mr. Hislop go away or the teachers go away. That's the time you're asking for it. I need to take 4 weeks vacation. While I'm away, that's the time I'm filling out form for you. Please do your part. May God continue to bless you all the days of your life. May you continue to prosper, and may you continue to do the sky's the limit. And return back to Oakview one day to give back to your community, to your church, to your school. God bless you all. Please sit down.
Excuse me. I don't know who's coming up next. I'm trying to. I think they're going to the table. The table.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Mr. Hislop. Teachers, Mr. Imber, board members, Patrick, most excellent graduation address I have heard. Thank you. Girls, you were outstanding. Those that gave speeches and the boy that sang, all of you did fantastic. I just love how you did not have to read your speech. You just gave it. That's wonderful. I want to tell you how much God loves you with an everlasting love. He wants to save you. And all you have to do is love him. That's simple. So I just pray that you follow him, and you have been through so much this year, but you have stood tall because God is with you. And so proud of you. And today I would like to present some awards to some students that did outstanding work. We have several that are in the honors program. And the first one we have is Amaya Holding. Congratulations, Amaya. Amaya, God bless you. I'll say it in Spanish, I apologize. Then we have Trevor Madre. And he's not here, I know, but we want to wish him. He's an honor student. Kayla Morris, honor student. Honors diploma. Congratulations, Kayla. We have Wayne Williams, honors diploma. Wow, you have a lot of relatives here, huh? Congratulations, dear. Then we have Samara Satari. Congratulations, Samara. God bless you, dear. Now, the next two students are receiving high honors diplomas. Kayla Gordon. God bless you. And we have Maya Williams. Congratulations. God bless you so much. Thank you, dear. And then our top student receiving highest honors diploma, Adriana Dixon. God bless you so much. Take care, dear. God bless you, all you graduates. So proud of you. May you always choose to follow him.
Oh yes, Mr. McDonald from Greater New York Academy.
Thank you so much for having me here. It is indeed a pleasure to be a part of such a wonderful occasion. I am Mario McDonald. I teach at Greater New York Academy, where we are a culture of godliness, excellence, and leadership. It has been my pleasure for the past 5 years to have taught some of your graduates, Carlos Rosario, Aliyah Edmond, Carolyn Rosario, Lisbeth Peguero, Angie Peguero, and many others. So it is with great pleasure today that I hand out the following scholarships to the students who have done extremely well during their time at Oakview. Maya Williams, Kayla Gordon, Samara Zatari, Trevor Madre, Amaya Holding, Kayla Morris, Wayne Williams, and Adriana Distant. Congratulations on your success, and we do have a place for you at Greater New York Academy. Come join us and let us continue to be greater together. And I'm going to close by saying the last time I was here in person, I butchered a student's name. I think it was Jenna Ford. I am so proud to have known Jenna for the past 2 years, as she is also a student at our great academy. Thank you guys. Congratulations on your success again.
Bye, Miss Austin.
Good afternoon. It is my honor to announce the students and their awards. First, Adriana Distant. She is graduating with highest honors. She is the class valedictorian, receiving the New York State Attorney General's CCC Award for Courage, Commitment, and Character. She's a member of the National Junior Honor Society. She has exhibited academic excellence in all subject areas and is receiving a citizenship award. She is the recipient of the President's Award for Academic Excellence and a scholarship of $8,000 to Greater New York Academy. Adriana has attended Oakview for 9 years, starting in kindergarten, and receives a gift of a watch. Maya Williams. Maya is graduating with high honors. She is the class salutatorian. Maya is receiving the New York State Attorney General's CCC Award for Courage, Commitment, and Character. She's a member of the National Junior Honor Society, has exhibited academic excellence in all subject areas. She's receiving a scholarship of $2,000 to Greater New York Academy. Maya also receives the President's Award for Academic Excellence and an award for good citizenship. Kayla Gordon. Kayla is graduating with high honors. She's receiving the New York State Attorney General's CCC Award for Courage, Commitment, and Character. She is a recipient of the President's Award for Academic Excellence and an award for good citizenship. Kayla is a member of the National Junior Honor Society. She has exhibited academic excellence in all subject areas and is receiving a scholarship of $2,000 from Greater New York Academy. Samara Zatari. Samara is graduating with honors. She's receiving the New York State Attorney General's CCC Award for Courage, Commitment, and Character. She's a member of the National Junior Honor Society, has exhibited academic excellence in all subject areas, and is receiving a scholarship of $1,000 to Greater New York Academy. Samara is also receiving the President's Award for Academic Achievement and an award for good citizenship. Amaya Holding, graduating with honors. She's receiving the New York State Attorney General's CCC Award for Courage, Commitment, and Character. She's a recipient of the President's Award for Academic Excellence and an award for good citizenship. Amaya is a member of the National Junior Honor Society and has exhibited academic excellence in all subject areas. Amaya is receiving a scholarship of $1,000 to Greater New York Academy. Kayla Morris. Kayla is graduating with honors, receiving the New York State Attorney General's CCC Award for Courage, Commitment, and Character. She has exhibited academic excellence in all subject areas. She is a recipient of the President's Award for Academic Achievement and a scholarship for $1,000 to Greater New York Academy. She is receiving a citizenship award and the gift of a watch for being an Oakview student for the past 8 years. Wayne Williams. Wayne is graduating with honors. He's receiving the New York State Attorney General's CCC Award for Courage, Commitment, and Character. He has exhibited academic excellence in all subject areas. He's receiving the President's Award for Academic Achievement and an award for good citizenship. Wayne is receiving a scholarship of $1,000 to Greater New York Academy and has attended Oakview for 10 years and receives the gift of a watch. Trevor Madre is graduating in absentia. Trevor is graduating with honors. He's receiving the New York State Attorney General's CCC Award for Courage, Commitment, and Character. He has exhibited academic excellence in all subject areas. He's receiving the President's Award for Academic Achievement and a scholarship of $1,000 to Greater New York Academy. Zeph Ryan Aguiles has demonstrated achievement in Bible, mathematics, social studies, and technology. Jaden Bonnie. Jaden has demonstrated achievement in Bible, mathematics, ELA, and technology.
Yes, Jaden. Yes. Get that award.
Logan Bridge. Logan has demonstrated achievement in Bible, mathematics, science, and technology. He has attended Oakview for 9 years and receives a gift of a watch. Yuri Calypso Woodson. Yuri has shown achievement in technology. He receives the gift of a watch for being a student at Oakview for the past 8 years. Jabari Crooks. Jabari has shown achievement in Bible and in technology. Chase Dixon. Chase has shown achievement in Bible, mathematics, science, technology, and physical education. Megan Ellerby. Megan has shown achievement in Bible, social studies, physical education, and technology. Zamira Ewart. Zamira has shown achievement in technology. Khalil Graham. Khalil has shown achievement in mathematics. He receives the gift of a watch for being a student at Oakview for the past 9 years. Brianna Johnson. Brianna has demonstrated achievement in technology and physical education. She is receiving the gift of a watch for being a student at Oakview for the past 10 years. Davin Leaf. Davin has shown achievement in physical education and in technology. Imani Phillip. Imani has shown achievement in Bible, science, technology, art, and physical education. She's receiving the gift of a watch for being a student at Oakview for the past 9 years. Jordan Scott. Jordan has demonstrated achievement in Bible, mathematics, and technology.
Yes, studies.
Jordan Smith. Jordan has demonstrated achievement in Bible, mathematics, science, and technology. He's receiving the gift of a watch for being a student at Oakview for the past 9 years. And last but definitely not least, Tristan Williams. Tristan has demonstrated achievement in Bible and in technology. He is receiving the gift of a watch for being a student at Oakview for the past 10 years. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Pastor Mina Reed and Buick members, please come forward. Thank you.
We'll buffer it. I will be stuck on the wheel.
Okay, good afternoon, graduates, family members, the Buick board, and a special recognition to Dr. Patrick Bogey. Let's all say it together, Dr. Patrick Bogey. Let's say it. Dr. Patrick, I want to hear you all shout his name with the title, Dr. Patrick Bogey. Yes, Doctor, thank you very much for that presentation. And I just need to say a few words before I'm going to invite Sister Anderson also to join me up here. Sister Anderson, would you come along? And she is the founding visionary in the Bronx Westchester Education Committee that got this program going. And you know, I just want to say something before I speak to the graduates. First, graduates, I would like today to make a contribution of $500 to the Buick Committee for the work they're doing. And I will make it $1,000 if two persons will contribute $500 each. Do we have two persons who would be willing to give $500? You said no? Okay. If I see there's one hand, I see there are two hands. I'm going to ask the two hands, would you come forward, please? Please come forward. The two hands that were raised, contributing, come along, let Daddy come along, son. Come right along. Because putting your pocket and your money where your mouth is something important. Yes. So because of these two persons, I am moving from $500 to $1,000. Let's give a round of applause to these family members who are making their contribution. And today, graduates, I want to, what's your name, may I ask?
Maurice Dean Williams.
Maurice? Oh, shit. Maurice Dean Williams. And your name?
Abigail Gordon.
Abigail Gordon. And we have here $2,000 being contributed towards the Bronx Westchester community. I'm going to ask if there are others here who would like to make a contribution today. Please see me today. Please see me, because what you're doing will make a difference. Graduates, it's their day, but let me tell you this. Graduates, today I want you to remember the name Freddie Figger. Freddie, F-I-G-G-E-R. Freddie Figger. Freddie Figger. Freddie Figger. Today, everyone is going to receive a button
that says I am loved. Would you go ahead and distribute these buttons? Make sure all the students and everyone gets a button. I am loved. I am loved. The money that is given today is because people love Oakwood, Oakview. People love Christian education. And what is important about I am loved? Freddie Figure. Freddie Figure. Freddie Figure is featured today on the BBC. Freddie Figure is featured today on the BBC. He is a 31-year-old who was dumped by his mother when he was born. His mother threw him away by a dumpster. His mother threw him away by a dumpster. And there was a man and a woman who found Freddie Figure. And they took Freddie Figure home after 2 days. Today, Freddie Figure, who was not loved, who was dumped by a dumpster, he is 31 years old. And graduates, I want you to listen. I want you to listen, because you are not Freddie Figure, but you are better than Freddie Figure. When Freddie Figure grew up, he said to his father one day, "Where do I come from?" And his father said to him, "Son, I am going to shoot sharp to you. You were dumped and I found you." And Freddie got very upset that he was dumped, and he got angry, and he turned away, and his father grabbed him by the back and said, "Never you turn away again, because you were dumped, but you are loved, and I have taken you, and your mother has raised you." Today, Freddie Figure, 31 years old, is a multi-millionaire technologist. At the age of 9, he was given his first computer, and he tinkered with that computer, and he fixed and pulled and fixed. The boy who was dumped by his mother and found by somebody was raised to become today one of the tech giants here in America. 31 years old. Go home and look up Freddie Figure. You graduates are not Freddie Figure. You are treated with more love and more respect. And with more love and more respect, you can do greater things. Remember this. Freddie Figure succeeded. You have been given a chance to succeed. Today, parents contributed money. I gave $500, and they said that was not enough, and 2 more said you've got to raise it, and they gave another $1,000, and so $2,000 is going into education. Again, I must congratulate our teachers, because Dr. Bogie, did he play the violin well? Let's give him a round of applause. Remember, when he was a student at school, he did not know how to play the violin, but he learned. You can achieve anything you want to achieve. Let me stop talking. Remember, Freddie Figure, he succeeded even though he was abandoned. You are loved. Make sure that you do greater things. And so, now I turn over to Sister Anderson to present the special tokens of regard. Sister Anderson. Let's give Sister Anderson a round of applause, for she is the pioneer leader, along with Sister Distance and others, in making this presentation possible. Okay?
All right, so we are going to work this out. I must thank Pastor and Mrs. Maynard Reed for their contribution and dedication to Christian education, especially to Oakview Preparatory School. This evening I'm going to hand over to Sister Maynard Reed, who has worked untiringly with Sister Notice of the Bronx Westchester Education Committee to do the presentation that we have, a little token of appreciation of our print of the teacher of the class and the class of 2021.
Okay, so what I think I would like to do is just to read it to you. What is it we are saying to these wonderful students? I'm just going to use one as an example because they all say the same, okay? So it says, Bronx-Westchester Committee Character Excellence Service Award. The name of the student is there, and say this student is being recognized on this, the 6th day of June, in the year of our Lord 2021, for your diligence, resilience, determination, and commitment to excellence in Christian education at Oakview Preparatory School of Seventh-day Adventist. Congrats! You excelled during the most challenging period of our history, the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic. Go forth with God. And don't throw the bag out, there's a little gift at the bottom as well. So we are going to call the names and someone, yeah, I have it on there. So you come and Sister Anderson will hand it to you. So Zeth Argalis. Come, let's move it quickly. Some people are in the sun since 12. Oh my God.
I saw the same thing. There's two names on one bag.
It's a pleasure, sweetheart. Congratulations. The next is Jaden Boney. And then there is Yuri Calypso. I love that name. Reminds me of Trinidad. Logan Bridge, get ready to come. And Jabari, get ready to come. Jabari Crooks. So there's Jabari and there's Logan. Logan Bridge. Logan Bridge. Jabari Crooks. Amaya Holding. Jordan Scott. Congratulations. Jordan Smith. Congratulations. Javin Leaf. Yes, Devin Leaf. Khalil Graham. Congratulations, guys. Megan Elibebe. What do you say? Olive B. Olive B. Congratulations. Adriana Distant. Congratulations, dear. Hey, that's Adriana. Samara Zatari. Oh. Samara. Maya Williams. Tristan Williams. Maya Williams. Tristan Williams. Riona Johnson. Kayla Morris. Riona Johnson. Yes. Kayla Morris. Trevor Madre. Oh, he's up. He's not here. Zamari Ewart. Zamira. Oh, I can't pronounce his name. Yes, Zamira. Yes. What did the speaker say? Dig deep in your bag. There's a little gift at the bottom. Kayla Gordon, come. Congrats, Kayla. Wayne Williams. Yes. And that's Wayne. And Chase Dixon.
Yes.
And Chase. Imani Phillip. Okay. Now. So, have we oversighted any of the graduates? Raise your hand if you were forgotten. Wonderful, wonderful. I'm so proud of these students. And now who should I call him? The hero of the class is Mr. Lyndon Hislop. Would you come forward, Mr. Hislop? Okay, give it up. Okay, so listen up, everybody. I'm very proud of this gentleman. I don't know him very well, but from what I've heard, he's awesomely awesome. So, we have prepared for him a little citation, which I would like to read to you. Bronx Westchester Education Committee, all right, presents the certificate of recognition to Lyndon Hislop. Be it known to all that he is duly honored on Sunday, the 6th day of June, in the year of our Lord 2021. For 15 years, he exhibited untiring effort, dedication, resilience, leadership, and commitment to excellence in Christian education at the Oakview Preparatory School of Seventh-day Adventists. He added value and positive impact to the lives of his students, enabling them to lead productive lives as they make wise choices. May he continue to experience optimal health, perseverance, and success. We pray God's blessing on his life as he accepts the challenges of greater responsibilities in Christian education. Give it up for Mr. Hislop! And there are some goodies in the bag for him. He will share if he cares. Okay. Yes, deeper. So I would like to say congratulations to the leadership of the school, Mr. Imber. I like that name. I'm hearing for the first time when I met you. Mr. Imber has been the leader for over what, 20 years? 21 years. That's commitment. Wow, isn't that something? Tell you, your mom passed away, right? Long time ago. I'm sorry she's not here to see how her son is producing and doing good for the Lord. But I just want to congratulate you and your family, your wife, and those who, support you as you give many hours to this thing called Christian education. I know that they don't pay in this organization the way they do in public school, and you could have left long ago to get more funds. But God has put in your heart to produce young people like our good doctor here, okay? And there are many more to come. So congratulations to Berwick for what they're doing, that they keep the vision alive. Guys, the school started with maybe about 5 students, and so far you have graduated over 500 students from the school, all taking their place in life, and you have heard the testimony of the students, the value that was brought to their life and how they are doing well. Doctor is making good decisions, and you're going to hear more of him as the years go by, because Oakview taught him to look beyond self and look to others, and he's making his mark. And you 23 students who graduate this year, am I talking to myself, graduates?
Say yes.
Pick up the torch. Go forward. Hold it high. Oakview is depending on you, your church, your family, everyone is depending on you. So God be with you. Great things are expected of you, and the sky is the limit. Okay? And as Dr. Patrick said, dig deeper. Do not allow the fancy and the glitz get to you. Often the ugly is where the value is. Okay? So God be with you. Thank you.
Again, let us give a round of applause to Pastor Maynard Reed and Sister Maynard Reed and Sister Wendy Notice, member of the BU team, for doing this kind job for us today. God bless you all, and go forth with God.
Thank you, Sister Anderson. Imani, Kayla, and Chase, Megan, please come forward.
Hey, could I just have attention for just a minute, please? There's a black BMW license plate BVB Boy, Victory Boy, 4036. You're blocking somebody who needs to leave. If you could just move your car just a bit, they'll be able to leave. Thank you.
Kayla? Yes. Megan, please come.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Imani Phillip, and today I will be presenting to you a poem entitled Lockdown But Not Shut Down. The rooms were empty, schools and shops closed, everything was on standstill. This foreign and not so friendly virus broke out, but we made a breakthrough. We broke through those barriers. We broke through those hard exteriors of trials and tribulations. Life throws us tests that brings out our best and that pushes us to our limits. Help us to progress and to hold on and to manifest. Our parents and teachers invest time, money, love, compassion, and confidence. Thank you to everyone who sacrificed so that we could succeed, who helped us plan to work and work to plan. We all made it. We all worked tremendously hard, and this is merely the beginning of our journeys. I hope and pray that all of us stay devoted and determined. For as it was once quoted, education is indeed the great equalizer. And as for my fellow classmates and graduates, I would like to say a huge congratulations.
Good afternoon, members of the board, teachers, parents, and of course, students of Oakview. On behalf of the graduating class, I would like to say thank you to each and every one of the parents here today. Thank you for making an effort to send us to a safe learning environment, well, specifically this school, where we were able to learn and thrive and make memories. Even through this pandemic, you've helped us cope with our countless problems and made what seemed impossible possible. Thank you for being our rocks and anchors through these challenging times and guiding us on this journey called life. Thank you for all the sacrifices you made to help us achieve our goals. Without you all, none of us would have gotten to where we are today. I would also like to acknowledge our guardians and other family members who played a major role in our character development and helped to push us to success. Although it doesn't seem like it at times, you are very much appreciated, along with anyone else who has lent a hand in our growth. As they say, it takes a village to raise a child, and as the village may not be here, like the entire village may not be here to the circumstances, all of them are appreciated as well. Now we are empowered to embrace the next step of our journey with confidence. Yeah. What do you mean? I'm supposed to go.
Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and fellow classmates. It is my esteemed honor and privilege to express appreciation to our teachers for taking us this far on our educational journey. As we embark on the next leg of this journey, I would like to take a moment to reflect on our time at Oakview. I enjoyed my time at Oakview because of the teachers I had who impressed upon us the importance of learning. I know we as young people can be a challenge at times, but I want all you teachers to know that we appreciate the effort you devote to our education. Know this, teaching is a noble profession and you all are a blessing from God. I appreciate all the teachers at Oakview, but there are a few outstanding teachers that I would like to mention. First is Mr. Hislaw. I will always appreciate your passion for math and the way you taught us. I continue my education with a solid foundation that will carry me forward in life. And next is my favorite teacher, Miss Clark. How can I express my love, admiration, and respect for you? No matter where this journey takes me, I will never forget you. You make learning fun. Even though we as students get a little rowdy sometimes, your discipline is always from a place of love. I will always remember when we are acting up in class and you begin talking to us in your Jamaican dialect. You would say, "Fire damn, must tell him to get a cool breeze." I would think that's the funniest thing I ever heard. Also, when you say, "You are go tired for face," that to me was priceless. Miss Clark, you are of great value and worth, and you will always be a part of my family. No matter where life takes me, I will be calling to check in on you and to let you know how I am doing. So to all the teachers at Oakview, may God give you all health, wisdom, patience, so Oakview will continue to produce well-rounded, God-fearing, solid young scholars. And now to my fellow classmates, as we embark on the next phase of our educational journey, may we remember the values we learned at Oakview and may it guide us on our journey. And the words of one of our late esteemed civil rights icon, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he said, "This is the most important and crucial period of your lives, for what you do now and what you decide at this age may well determine which way your life shall go. The question is whether you have a proper, solid, and firm blueprint." And I want to suggest some of the things in your life's blueprint. Number one, in your life blueprint should be a deep belief in your own dignity, your own worth, and your own somebodiness. Don't allow anybody to make you feel that you are nobody. Always feel that you count. Always feel that you have worth, and always feel that you have your life. Always feel that your life has ultimate significance. Second, in your life blueprint, you must have a basic principle: the determination to achieve excellence in your various fields of endeavor. You are going to be deciding as the days and the years unfold what you will do in life and what your life's work will be. Once you discover what it will be, set out to do it and do it well. Be a bush if you can't be a tree. If you can't be a highway, just be a trail. If you can't be the sun, be a star. For it isn't by size you win or fail, be the best of whatever you are. Finally, in your life blueprint must be a commitment to the eternal principles of beauty, love, and justice. Well, life for none of us has been a crystal stair. We must keep moving, we must keep going. If you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving. Remember, the heights by great men reached and kept were not attained by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upwards through the night. Keep moving, class of 2021, and congratulations.
So I will be doing the vote of thanks today, and I would like to start off by saying thanks to God for preserving our lives and making this day a success. Thank you to all the parents for your support and encouragement throughout the years. Thank you to the school administration, Mr. Imbert, for your leadership and direction over the years. Thank you to all the faculty and staff for sharing your wealth of knowledge and experience with us. Thank you to Victory SDA Church for letting us use your parking lot and church facilities for this ceremony. Thank you you to the class of 2021 for showing up. You did an excellent job today, and we made it. And lastly, I would like to thank all those forgotten and unknown contributors who have helped us get here today.
Thank you very much, thank you. At this moment, I'm going to ask Dr. Hislop to come along with Mr. Hislop and Charissa, the whole family. Lenissa here too? Yes. While they are coming, Dr. Hislop, Charissa, Lenissa, Mr. Hislop, please come forward. Now we're going to kind of relax a little bit because you may be tired. I know it's taken 2 hours, which was great. But let me tell you a story, many stories. I wrote my notes because sometimes I tend to speak French, and I have to make sure I stay put in what I have to say. 15 years ago, we had one position open, and we interviewed, I think there was about 4 people, 2 male, 2 female. Mr. Hislop was one of the male. And while I'm saying that, sometimes they say I have an accent, and his accent sounds to be like my accent. Coming to find out, I just learned lately that the French were in Parliament. How many Trinidadian are in the place? Raise your hand. Trini, okay. Do you know Parliament? Yeah. Okay, have you been there? Yeah. So I just found out in Parliament the French invaded, they were there for some time. Then now I understand that maybe my French accent is similar to the Trinidadian accent. And Cole Imbert, the VP of Trinidad, also there was an Imbert there. So I realized that I have some connection with Mr. Hislop between my French accent and his Trini accent. It just happened that we went to eat in Chicago in a convention. Both of us were sitting together, and then the server said, "Hey, you guys, are you related? You have the same accent." Everybody stopped laughing. But after Mr. Ethiop was interviewed, so I normally show the people the school. So I went and I showed Mr. Hislop at this time the grade 6 classroom. And Mr. Hislop told me something that always stayed in my mind. After we spoke and always do the due process, Mr. Hislop said, "Mr. Imbert, this classroom is going to be my classroom." That kind of stunned me. So actually he was chosen second in the list. And coming to find out, lo and behold, like the expression say, since he was second, I had to call him and explain to him what it was. Then I asked for recommendation. I don't know how come. I called, and somehow Dr. Hislop was the one who picked up the phone, and somehow, boy, she gave me a 30 minutes recommendation. She told me, the man is a good man. The man, he do this, he does that. I forget. He gave me such a recommendation that I was shocked. I said, you know what? He really has a good wife. Put your hand together for her. After that recommendation, I really see that she came, she helped him out, you know, in school, and so she was there at his side. And coming now, these children, they're probably in pre-K or K. This is Charissa that I mentioned, sometimes I missed up the name. They get a scholarship. You see her here? She's not paying Oakwood. It's all paid for because she worked hard in high school. Put your hand together for her. That's what I'm telling you. And I see others here. Luke Owen. Sometimes I remember the name, but I'm getting old. I forgot, you know. So many kids that passed there. So today, it's kind of a sad day for me. I'm going to lose a good friend. I put my notes there, but I don't follow it. Everything comes from Brooklyn. Anything you want, you ask Mr. Hislop, to say, we have it in Brooklyn. Mr. Hislop have a very great sense of humor. He have a life story that he can write a book. He has high work ethics. It's extremely important when the teacher have high work ethics. I don't have to be after them. That make my life easy. The only thing I discuss with Mr. Hislop is how we go forward. Every time, how we go forward, how we solve this problem. We don't have math problem, physics, chemistry problem, slept at night and solve it in the morning. I throw it at him. The technology committee, Mr. Owen there, how we solve it. Those kids here, one of them are messing up with the internet. We don't find out who. They don't want to tell me, but one day I'll find out. High standards, understanding, get along well with people. not afraid to say sorry if he's wrong. I never have an opportunity to represent Mr. Hislop because he does what he's supposed to do. Function at high level, not at basic, intermediate, function at professional level. And over the last 5 years, that's why I have asked him to be my vice principal. And it's with a great honor, even that I recommend him to Brooklyn School, that he's going to be the principal there. And I'm very happy for him as he moves up in the ladder. And this ladder, it's not going to stop there. As long as I'm there, I'll make sure that he continue moving up in the ladder. So Mr. Hislop, it's a great joy and sadness at the same time that I'm losing you, but you have to move forward in your life. You know where I stand. At this moment, Mrs. Moss, please come, the social committee. Mrs. Hislop, thank you for all those you put up with those long hours. I know you know your principal of the public school, you know the time, and that's going to be his time. 2 principals working together, and for what you have done, supporting your husband over the years, and then what is going to be. So we'll continue working together. And also thank you. Please come, Ms. Moss, for what you have done. I have more jokes, but I have to stop there.
Please, please, somebody.
Thank you, Mr. Imbier. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for enduring the heat with us. I would like to call up Mr. Nigel Smith and wife, and also Mr. Owen Williams and wife. Please come forward. No.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Good trouble. You're in good trouble. I just want to take the time to make a short presentation to Mr. Owen Williams and his wife. You're receiving a plaque and it reads, "In recognition of your dedicated and faithful years of service as our technical support expert. We truly thank you for your untiring commitment to Christian education. On behalf of the Board of Governors, faculty, staff, and students of the Oakview Preparatory School. Thank you so much for your service." Michelle, behind every good man, not behind, beside, is a strong woman. And so we thank you, Michelle and Junior.
Right.
To Mr. Nigel Smith, in recognition of your dedicated and faithful years of service as Home and School Association President, we truly thank you for your leadership and untiring commitment to education, and of course for your humor. Thank you also, Wendy, for staying beside your husband and helping out very strongly. Thank you.
This is gonna move. My tent is blowing.
I'm already getting up.
Take it easy. You want some water?
Mr. Hislop.
Take your time, take your time.
I'll read what's here, because if I start to speak from the heart, I'll cry too much. So, Mr. Hislop, Mrs. Hislop, in recognition of your 15 years of tenure and untiring commitment to the Christian education, to a wise and prudent teacher who is an inspiration to both students and co-workers alike, You are selfless with your knowledge and expertise. You have put your heart and soul into making our school the great institution that it is. A strong and fair disciplinarian, a promulgator of novel concepts, you epitomize the qualities of a master teacher. The journey of your career is evidence that you are an extraordinary teacher, a paragon of excellence to all educators that all educators can emulate. May God richly bless you always. Thank you for the many years of your valuable and faithful service. I'm going to miss you tons. Thank you so much, Mrs. Hislop, for sharing your husband with us. You know how much we love him and how much he's dear to us. And as you move on, we wish you all the best, and we know you make the best principal ever. Congratulations, and we miss you.
So I've processed this moment in my mind for the last couple weeks so that I could try and get all the emotion out before I come here. Hopefully I could hold this together. I want to thank my wife for supporting me for all the years I've been here. It's been 15 years of Brooklyn to Yonkers. Brooklyn to Yonkers. It's an hour run in the morning, it's an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours in the afternoon going back home. I've gone through a couple of vehicles, I've spent very late nights, and she's been by my side supporting me. So I just want to thank her in a special way for being there all of these years. I want to thank my children. They spent their entire pre-K up to 8th grade years at Oakview. When I started there, Charissa was pre-K age, but I didn't start until January because I wanted to get my foot wet. So they traveled the journey with me for all of those years. So I just want to congratulate you for keeping up. You know, and some people ask, why did I do it? And you know, I said to them, I looked around and I looked at Seventh-day Adventist schools, and when I got to Oakview, it seemed to be one of the most structured Seventh-day Adventist schools that I've seen. So I made the sacrifice all of those years. I often wonder, why did I end up being a teacher? I didn't go to school for teaching. I went to school for engineering. I got called by Con Edison. I didn't even apply to Con Edison. I got called when I was in college to come for an interview. But being an immigrant, even though I was here legally, I was not here legally to work. So I couldn't get a job. And they said to me, if you get straightened out in a year, come back. I didn't get straightened out in a year. And I ended up at Oakview. I remember the day when I applied. Well, my wife is the one who actually filled out the application because I was working as an electrician in Brooklyn for a Jewish guy. Didn't pay me very well. Still remember getting paid with that counterfeit $100 bill. Going to Home Depot and the machine keeps throwing it out. They pull the mark on it, no good. And he knew he paid me with a bad $100 bill because when I went back to him Monday, he said, oh, I remember where I got that from. And he gave me a good one. So it was rough. Sometimes you would, because he's Jewish, you know, you'd put the money in the box behind the house if the sun set. Because he's not going to give me the money, I got to go in the box and get the money. And I was watching World Cup. Italy was playing France, finals 2006. That's when Zinedine Zidane put the guy and bust his nose on the thing. I was watching the finals, and we started, well, my wife, she started looking on the website because I was quite content to do my electrical job, but she had a foresight that I could do better. So she did the work, did the paperwork, I read it, I said, all right, it sounds like me, let's send it off. And the next morning, Mr. Cadavera called me and I was at Oakview for an interview on the Wednesday, I believe it was. And you know, I felt really nice when they said a school in Westchester. I'm like, this is like the most expensive county. This must be in a posh neighborhood. Until I rolled up there and I'm like, not so posh. But I stepped in there and I went into the 6th grade classroom. That's where they put me, and I walked around, and the rest is history. I was second best on the interview, but God, well, man thought that I was second best, but God saw that I was first best. So, got the job and, you know, worked really hard at it. My parents taught me the value of hard work. I learned it at a very young age. I often tell my students I don't know what allowances and all that stuff is. I learned to plant the garden very young, and I had my little 5 flavor pepper trees, and I would sell. My grandmother, who was she would drive around with my grandfather and sell produce. I would make my $60 and $70 every week just from those 5 pepper trees. That was a lot of money back then, right? I blew it all, but it was my money. But Oakview has been good. It has been a journey. I really appreciate, so let me start with who I appreciate at Oakview. The parents. You know, I've learned to kind of get along with people, to psych people out and figure out what gets them to function. You know, and I am of the opinion that I could sell ice to an Eskimo, right? So that's the mindset with which I work. And I am of the opinion that everyone has value. And it is for us to look at that person and determine how you can get that person to go, them to go. So I haven't had many conflicts with parents over the years, right? The parents now are very nice, not as aggressive as they used to be when I just got to Oakview. They had giants. The kids were giants. They were taller than me. Back then we had 2 full basketball teams, the boys team, the girls team, and the boys were all taller than me. I see one of the grandmothers here for one of them, Luke. I think he was in 8th or 7th grade when I got there, and I've seen the generation come short and shorter. And you know, I really appreciate the parents and for the camaraderie that we share. The students, I've had many students. Some have been really good, some have been not so good, but I've tried to learn about all of my students and see how best I could help them. Schooling is not only about academics. Well, it is about academics, but as a teacher, especially a middle school teacher, it goes way beyond academics, because students come before you and they have all sorts of issues. I remember 2 weeks ago I had a student, I told him the day before, do not walk into my class with jewelry. And I roll in the next day and the jewelry is back on. I said, this is the policy, and I asked for the jewelry, and one student went downstairs and totally ignored my instruction. Sent like 3 students to call him, totally ignored. So of course, I am Mr. Hislop, you cannot ignore me. So I rolled out of my class and I rolled down to that student, and we started talking. And then I said to the student, this is not the student that I've seen in the last couple of weeks. Something has to be wrong. And the student broke down in front of me. I could have written a pink slip. I could have written a suspension. But when the student broke down, I said, go speak to someone. And then after that, the student came back and revealed to me what exactly was taking place. And it didn't have much to do with me. It just had to do with life. And sometimes we just gotta figure out what's going on.
True.
Then the staff. It's an amazing staff. We've gone through a lot of teachers, a lot of auxiliary staff, but I've tried to respect everybody. I've tried to work with everybody, and I've tried to help everyone. Now, we didn't always work, because there are some teachers who've gone through Oakview that they probably still have beef with me. You know, but my philosophy is I'll work with you. But when you start rolling up on my students unjustly, I will get you. You know I'm from Brooklyn, right? Well, I live in Brooklyn. So they say everything comes from Brooklyn. The good, the bad, and the ugly. It all comes from Brooklyn. So I will defend my students if they're right. But my students also know that I believe in respect. And the respect from the cook to the principal. I don't care who it is. I try to instill in them the benefits and the need to respect. And to Patrick, I remember the story, Patrick. I said Patrick is going to talk, but when I gave him that pink slip, you know, he felt that it was unjust. And in the back of my head, I felt I was a little bit unjust. But I had to check him because he was in 6th grade and he was starting to, as we say in the island, smell himself. Start to smell himself, you know. So I had to check him. So I kept looking. I'm like, he's going to mess up on some little thing on which I could check him. And I had to take that opportunity to check him. Even though I know he was trying to do the right, but like Uzzah, God still, even though he was trying to settle the yard. So I was applying some justice just to check him. You know, and I'm really proud of you, Patrick. Really, really proud of what Patrick has become. He was a hard-working student. He was a valedictorian. And it's been a ride. So I don't know if it's goodbye for good or goodbye for now. But it's goodbye. So thanks to everyone who've helped over the years. And for all that we've been able to do in Oakview. Mr. Imbe in particular, where is he? He has been a mentor to me. I just wanted you all to give him a round of applause. I don't always see his form of leadership, but he has foresight. He says to me, you have to perceive their thoughts. So I don't know that we have the same accent, but we kind of operate in similar ways sometimes. So I've learned those things from him. Perceive their thoughts, and the students will know that I never answer a question direct. If they ask me a question in the back of my head, they're trying to get over me. So I ask them back a question, and it's going to be a question session until I figure out where they're trying to lead me to. All right, so thanks again. And I don't know, sometime I might roll up back in Oakview until another season. But this class has stuck it out. They have no, they didn't get any rehearsal really, and they did really well today, just following those cues. So for the new teacher, they don't need rehearsal. Just what to do, and they'll do it. We could have classes during rehearsal time. You all have just set a new standard. Congratulations, class of 2021. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, Wayne Williams is coming to do the final prayer. I want to mention this year we have 4 baptisms. And we just want to congratulate Wayne and Chloe. They are going to get baptized next Sabbath. And then 2 students get baptized, one in grade 1, the other one in grade 5. We have 4 students get baptized this year. And I want to say, keep that in mind. Your attitude will determine your altitude in life. That's for all of us. Please stand for prayer. And oh yes, after Mr. Hislop will take a picture with you. I believe we didn't have a picture with your gown. I think we did also. Patrick wants to take a picture with you by the garden. And of course you take pictures with your family members, okay? Right after prayer. Okay, so at this moment here, let us pray.
Please bow your hands. Please bow your heads and close your eyes for prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we gather here today to celebrate a step forward into new places with new people. Let us not forget the blessings that follow us. We thank you for this time of graduation. I pray for our families and the many others who have sacrificed and worked to see us to this hopeful moment. Allow us to succeed in whatever we choose to do. Continue to order our steps in your word. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
While the processional has been played, so actually grade 8 for the picture. All right, Patrick will take the pic with the grade 8 class right over there. Yes, first row, second row, third and fourth. And yes, leave your stuff on the chair. Parents, please do not walk away and leave your stuff here because we would not find out for who it belongs to. Merci beaucoup. À la prochaine. Thank you very much. Merci, Patrick.
Excuse me. We're gonna take a picture. No, bro. No.
Listen, me hot. Keisha, my kids told me, Dominic wanted to come with us next week Sunday. Where? Part of the fun day.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yes. Okay. Me not gonna have space to go. I don't want to go either. But